The movie begins with a story that was spread down south, about a powerful dark arts warrior. He was powerful enough to wipe out an entire village all by himself. His origin or his real name was not known, but they call him the devil from the south, better known as Panji Tengkorak. The soldiers make fun of Kuwook for believing in stupid folk tales, and the chief tells him to continue, as there's not much joy in the land due to the war going on. They are interrupted by bandits who attack them and wipe them all out. The chief is able to send a message through a bird before he is attacked and a weapon is taken from him. In the kingdom of Madhyantara, some soldiers come reporting that they have not found Lembagiri that they've been looking for, but they ran into some bandits and were able to defeat them, with proof. The general takes this proof and shows the villagers that they are in safe hands as they are well protected and they are happy. The Duitari martial arts school pay the general a visit and they are welcomed warmly. The warm welcome doesn't extend to Gantari, who is ready to fight, but she is calmed down by one of her colleagues. Elsewhere, food is being distributed, but it quickly turns into chaos. In the midst of the chaos, a man named Brahmachya finds Panji and tells him that he's been searching for him for a long time now. He introduces himself as a friend of his master, and tells him that they need his help in finding Lembagiri, their brother in arms. Brahmachya is still trying to convince him when they encounter Kuwook, the survivor of that incident, boasting about defeating the bandits. Some of the soldiers catch him and want to beat him up, but Gantari steps in and they begin to fight. Panji tells Brahmachya that he's not interested in helping him, but Brahmachya tells him about the relic that can lift his curse, and this catches his attention, so he agrees. The general stops the fight between the soldiers and Gantari, and tell them that they are joining the search for Lembagiri. In the Wanakti temple, the bandits are rejoicing that their suffering would soon come to an end because they now have the relic which is in the chest. But they have an issue, as they are not able to open the chest, no matter how hard they try. The chest requires 3 special keys to open and they only have 1. Panji is having a daydream where he loses his wife in a fire and the dead come to attack him, but he is called out of the dream by Brahmachya. They notice a cart being attacked by bandits and Brahmachya wants to go help, but Panji thinks helping would spoil his plans to follow them to Lembagiri. Just as the bandits want to attack, Gantari shows up and kills them all. She notices that one of them is hiding and doesn't want to leave anyone alive. Panji runs towards him to save him, but is too late. Brahmachya stops her from attacking Panji, and introduces himself. She tells him that she knows the location of Lembagiri's attack, and she is led by Kuwook. She offers to take them along and they agree. On the way, Panji saves Kuwook from being bitten by a snake and keeps the snake in his bag. Gantari expresses her surprise that Lembagiri could send visions, and asks him why the bandits attacked, but he keeps the relic a secret. At night, Panji brings out the snake from his bag and lets it bite him, but the snake dies while Brahmachya watches. Panji asks him why he's keeping the relic a secret from her and he says that no one is meant to know about the relic, because it's not an ordinary relic. The war has been going on for long, and it became clear that the war was not going to end and more lives would be wasted. So, they went to search for the relic that the first king used to unite the kingdoms. However, they found out that the power was too great, so they sealed it, split the key into 3, and kept it a secret. Panji then asks why Brahmachya is telling him all this, and why he's willing to let him use it. Brahmachya says he believes Panji's master would like Panji to carry on the oath to protect the relic. Panji doesn't agree, but as long as it would lift the curse, he's willing to help. Unknown to them, Gantari is awake and listening to them. At the Wanakti temple, some soldiers are captured and brought to Kalawaring. Bajra challenges him to a fight and he accepts the challenge. They fight and Bajra is killed. The other soldiers are asked to join them in overthrowing the kingdom or die like their leader, but they are willing to die. The mystery man comes and shows them a vision, which makes them believe in the cause. Panji and the others climb a mountain to get to the crime scene, and when they get there, Brahmachya sees a linen of Lembagiri. He loses it and is about to destroy the place, but Gantari and Kuwook try to help. They also ask Panji to help, but he tells them to just let him throw his tantrum, as he'll later find out that it's all in vain. This makes Brahmachya calm down, as he realizes that rage does nothing, and he apologizes. Gantari asks Panji to have some empathy and they are interrupted by arrows by the bandits. Kuwook hides under the bodies while Gantari goes to attack the shooters. Brahmachya tells Panji to help Gantari, that he would deal with the ones close, so he goes and loses his bag in the process. Gantari is injured, but Panji gets there in time and helps her. They catch one of them hiding and pursue him, but it turns out it was a trap set by Kalawaring. He tells his soldiers to kill the girl, while he takes on Panji. Gantari has no problem killing everyone until she gets to her brother, which makes her hesitate. The mystery man makes Brahmachya lose consciousness and says he has been waiting for him, while Kuwook watches from his hiding spot. Panji and Kalawaring keep fighting and he notices that Gantari has been pushed close to the cliff by her brother who she has refused to fight. She tells him to snap out of it, but he asks her to join them. When she refuses to side with the dark arts, he pushes her off the cliff. In that moment, Panji covers the eyes of Kalawaring, kills the brother and jumps after Gantari to save her. He starts dreaming of the time when his wife, Myrni, was alive. They were happy together in a peaceful village, helping everyone that needed help. They sit together watching the sunset and Myrni tells him that she has a gift for him. She replaces his worn-out headband. He tells her that he has decided that he doesn't want to be a warrior anymore, as he wants to live a simple life with Myrni, to her delight. Their moment is interrupted by ships closing in. He instructs her to tell the village to evacuate, while he goes to inform his master. Panji informs his master, but he says he's been expecting the visitors. He tells Panji to take a sword and a book, and run out of the village. After some reluctance, he agrees and meets up with Myrni. He changes his mind and tells her to go, as he can't leave his master, and he gives her the book. He goes to fight the soldiers and kills some, but he is no match for the man in a cloak. Myrni runs towards Panji because she saw him get beat, but the soldiers gather around her and Panji loses consciousness. He wakes up and finds out that Myrni died as a result of the fall. He stops dreaming and takes a weak Gantari to somewhere safe so that she can heal properly. Kuwook comes out of his hiding place and finds Panji's bag. He snoops and finds a skull, and he now suspects Panji as the devil from the south in his story. Gantari wakes up and Panji tells her to go back, as he can handle Kalawaring on his own, but she wants to repay him for saving her by helping him. Brahmantya is brought back to the Wanashti temple and the mystery man reveals himself as Lembagiri, the same Lembagiri that they had been searching for. He faked his death to lure Brahmantya out of hiding. He showed Brahmantya his plan to make Kalawaring the king, but he disapproves and Kalawaring plans to torture him until he gives up his key. Kuwook is alone and scared in the forest, but Panji and Gantari find him and ask him about Brahmantya's whereabouts. He tells them that he was captured and taken east, towards the Wanashti temple. They head to town and Panji tells him to go back into town if he's scared. He is even more scared of that, so he brings Panji's bag towards him and follows them. Panji has another dream of his wife asking him why he left her. Kuwook tells Gantari about his suspicion, and she goes to confront him about it. She tells him that she understands how he feels because she has felt it too, and she is willing to help him only if he lets her. She asks him to tell her the truth behind the rumors and he agrees to tell her, only if she would leave him alone after. After his wife's death, he is at the front of her grave still grieving when he starts hearing her voice calling out to him. He follows the voice and digs up her skull. He cries and blames himself for what happened, because if he had stayed with her, she would not be gone. It then comes to mind that the ones at fault should be the ones that killed her, and not him. He swears to avenge her, and not to stop until every one of the is wiped out. He takes the book and learns the dark arts. He gets better and is able to beat anyone that comes his way. After his vengeance, he returns to Myrni's grave and wants to reunite with her by killing himself, but he finds out that he cannot die. He was cursed to keep living by the dark arts. Gantari tries to make him use his power for those in need, but he reminds her of their deal to leave him alone after the story. At the Wanashti temple, they torture Brahmantya and find the key hidden in his body. For the last key, Nagama said he was taking it with him to hell, so that one would be trickier. Panji tells the other two to stay there while he goes to fight. He kills some soldiers and causes a fire. Him and Kalawaring get into a fight but Lembagiri notices that the fight may be a distraction. That's when Gantari and Kuwook show up with Brahmantya. Lembagiri runs towards Panji to show him a vision of what happened between the brothers. Nagamas was studying the dark arts and they were worried about him because they thought he was studying it to take control of the relic. Because of this, Brahmantya went to silence him and was the mysterious figure that day that Panji's island was attacked. Lembagiri tries to pit Panji against Brahmantya but he didn't lose focus, as he has a mission at hand, which is to find the relic. They all begin to fight and Lembagiri uses the opportunity to kill Kalawaring. Kalawaring is shocked at the betrayal and Lembagiri tells him that he never planned to give him the relic. He then takes the last key from the end of Panji's sword which he inherited from his master. Lembagiri runs towards the tent and shouts that Kalawaring is dead as a distraction. The key is now complete and he opens the chest and takes the relic. The relic is very powerful and it transforms him into something else. When the team gets into the tent, Lembagiri offers them one last chance to join him, but they decline again. They try to fight him, but with the relic, he is too powerful for them to even land a blow. In the course of the fight, he grabs Gantari and stabs her with the relic which killed her. He then hits the relic on the ground and this generates a blast that hits everyone. The soldiers rise and are now loyal servants of him. They march to Madhyantara to take over the kingdom. The soldiers of Madhyantara see them coming from afar, so they prepare their army and keep the villagers safe. Panji rises and goes to Gantari, shouting for her to wake up, but she doesn't. Brahmantya explains to Panji that what Lembagiri said was true and that he let his emotions get the best of him on that day. Nagamas was telling him that he was not studying the dark arts to control the relic, but to stop it. Brahmantya regretted what he did, and that was why he exiled himself. He brought Panji on this mission so that when all is done, he would take his life, but now he has to stop Lembagiri, and Panji promises to kill him after they are done. But before that, he will make sure no one kills him. There is a face-off in front of the kingdom, and the soldiers of Madhyantara attack, but Lembagiri alone fends off their attack and sends a blast so powerful that they are shocked. His soldiers attack and Madhyantara is looking defeated, until Panji and Brahmantya show up and attack him. He doesn't believe they can take him, as he is even stronger than gods. They begin to fight him at the same time and manage to do damage to his body, but he regenerates his hand and heals easily, because of the power of the relic. He blasts them and they are weak. In this moment, he goes to kill Brahmantya with the relic, but Panji jumps in front of him and receives the blow instead. Unknown to them, Panji's curse means that he absorbs the power of anything thrown to him, including this relic. This makes him also wield the power of the relic. It makes Brahmantya understand that this was why Nagamas was studying the dark arts all this while, to counter the relic. This brings about a fight between two godlike people. Panji is winning the fight, but Lembagiri finds an opening and stabs Panji with the relic again, still giving him more power. Because of this, he becomes faster and better, and has no problem removing the heart of Lembagiri. The team mourns Gantari and Panji continues to hear her advice in his head. Brahmantya comes to Panji to fulfill his end of the deal, but Panji says that his deer would mean nothing to him, and walks away. Kuwook tells the story of the devil from the south, but this time, more accurately, and mentioning that he now stands for justice.